What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Angela of Lamar and Angela, minus Lamar. And today I want to talk to you about the thing that we hear a lot. I can't get rid of my stuff. I don't know how to start to undo a life that I've spent and whittle everything down to two suitcases and a backpack. Well, this video is for those of us who simply refuse to. And I've got 3 reasons, and I'm going to share with you my 3 main reasons why we did not get rid of all of our belongings and brought some of our belongings, those most precious belongings, to Mexico with us. My name is Angela, and this is the Lamar and Angela channel for those persons who are looking for a better life, a life more abundantly, just as John 10:10 says. So here's the deal. When we were getting ready to leave the United States, I literally tried to put 2 large suitcases and a small carry-on on my bed and said, if I had to whittle down my entire life and fit it into these 2 suitcases and a backpack, what would I bring with me? I'm telling you, that was a really hard exercise for me because there were some things that I just could not let go of, just couldn't live without. And I want to show you those 3 things right now. One of the things is this right here. This little cross right here was given to me by my late father. Now, the significance of this, it says Rio on it. When my father was in his retirement age, he was able to finally travel to Rio de Janeiro. Rio was a place that he and I shared in our interaction because we just absolutely adored and fantasized about going to Rio. And we both said to each other, one day I'm going to get to go to Rio de Janeiro. He actually did get to go to Rio before he started to really show signs of this rare form of Parkinson's, which later took his life. But before he was able to go, before he was able, his decline really began, he got to live a lifelong dream and go to Rio, and then brought me back this little cross. So this little cross means absolutely everything to me, because when I see this little wooden statuette of the Christ figure, it reminds me that my dad got a chance to live during his retirement. And although it wasn't as long as it should have been or could have been, and it was brief, this let me know that his dream came true. So get rid of it? No, not. It's coming with. The second thing were these, kind of along the same lines. My late mother used to send me letters, handwritten letters, when I was in college. Letters to encourage me to continue to go, keep fighting, you can do it, baby, you can do it. Letters written in her actual hand. My mother died of Parkinson's in 2019. And those letters, these letters, just being able to have that and see her penmanship and know where her heart was. This means more to me than a lot of stuff. It also contains in this box my actual journals. I've kept a journal since I was 13 years old, and my journals are in here. Honey, let me tell you, to go back and read my writing and the stuff that was concerning me back when I was in 10th grade, 11th grade, And throughout my entire life, all of my journals are here. Get rid of that? I don't think so. But then the last thing I want to share with you is something that I was just reminded of today. And it's a story that I want to share with you because it keeps me grounded and reminded of God's love and protection. I don't know if you guys know, I'm an ordained minister. And I started my ministry in 1999. Wow, 1999. That's crazy. But and in my work in ministry, my pastorates churches that I've served as the pastor and things of that nature, sometimes it can get hard. It can get very hard. It's lonely, it's hard work, it's unrelenting work, it's stressful work, things like that. And I remember at one point in time when I was transitioning from one appointment and not sure of where my next appointment was going to go, feeling very disappointed, feeling very dejected, feeling very hopeless in ministry in terms of, you know. I know you've probably felt this way too. If you've ever been burnt out or if you've ever been just discouraged, not thinking that you're going to get anywhere. Am I doing any work? Good work? Is this really making a difference? Well, this is the robe. This is my robe that I was ordained in. I became an ordained elder in this robe. I became an ordained minister in this robe, in this very robe. In the African Methodist Episcopal Church, the church that I was ordained in, you actually get down on your knees in the ordination process. They take a book, you put your face in the Bible, your face smushed against the pages as the elders put their hands on you and pray over you and literally invoke the Holy Spirit. That's how serious that thing was. But anyway, I digress. One afternoon, I happened to be serving in ministry, and someone hugged me and got makeup on my white robe. Now, sidebar, I was, like I mentioned, was feeling kind of dejected and tired of just, not really tired, but more so just like my ministry wasn't really making a difference. What's the point? That type of thing, huh? So I take this robe, my robe, to the cleaners because in my mind, I was going to take this robe, get it cleaned, put it in the closet, and never use it again because, right? So I take it to the cleaners. I come back a few days later, and in front of me is the building where the cleaners used to be. It's burned out completely, just a shell of the building. And in that moment, I saw the building of the cleaners burn to the ground, and I thought, oh, my robe. And I literally felt my eyes welling up with tears, and I just couldn't believe that, wow, my robe is gone. Now, mind you, I was planning to put that thing up and never use it again, but even just knowing that it's gone was painful. So there's a sign on the shell of the building saying, if you had items in this cleaner, to come and let us tell you what had happened, right? So I go across the street and go in and say, hi, I had some things in the cleaners across the street. I just, wanted to find out what happened. And they were like, oh yeah, so sorry. There was a fire and everything burned up in the fire. Everything is gone. I'm so sorry about whatever you had. And again, I felt so sad. I almost stood there and burst into tears and just kind of said and mumbled under my breath, oh, my robe, right? They go, wait a minute, what did you say? The young lady says, hold it, what did you just say? I said, oh, well, it was just I had a robe in the cleaners, you know. I had a robe in there, and you know, my robe is gone. She said, wait a minute, hold it right there. She ran into the back. Then next thing you know, 3 other people come out with her, standing there at the counter, and they're like, excuse me, what did you have? I said, I had a white robe. The guy turns to the other guy, and he jets in the back and comes out with this. This is the only thing that survived the fire. Whew, I'm getting goosebumps just telling the story all over again. The only thing that survived the fire. Y'all, let me tell you, I was no more good for the rest of the afternoon. No smell of smoke on the robe. Nothing. That right there shut my mouth. And it encouraged me to continue to go on and fight the good fight and do God's work. Whew. Well, get rid of this robe? I don't think so. Yeah. So I want to say to you that if there are things that mean a lot to you, if there are things that absolutely bring you joy, bring you happiness, bring a certain sense of fulfillment to you, keep your stuff and bring it with you. Listen, don't let anyone's journey define your journey. You alone can make your journey what it is and what it needs to be. And you're the only person that can decide that. So, just wanted to offer that for you. Just wanted to give you that encouragement. If you haven't joined our family, please like, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. If there's something that you just absolutely can't do without, I would love to know. Leave that in the comments below. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.